on January 18th as we discuss thriving in the digital age, a business guide to AI, featuring Austin Carr from Unity Fiber. Register online at AugustaMetroChamber.com.
Hey, Brett, I think we need a jingle.
What'd you have in mind?
I don't know yet.
Well, if you're taking something, come knock on my door.
Come and knock on my door.
If you're 64.
A small town ripped apart after a tornado hits Bamberg. Several cars passing through the downtown area just seconds away from disaster where those buildings came crashing down. Now neighbors are not sure what's next.
You can't Google this. Yeah, I don't know what to do, so.
But there's hope beneath the rubble.
Even in these circumstances, that when all of this dust settles, that we will stand in Bamberg County.
God has another plan, so we will keep going.
Our live team coverage starts now.
And we start that live team coverage with Wrdw and First Alert Chief Meteorologist Riley Hale. They've been on the ground all day with the National Weather Service looking at this damage in Bamberg firsthand.
So that area where you guys are standing right now, is that where the National Weather Service thinks this tornado touched down first?
That's exactly right, Richard. They think that this tornado started right here in EF2, peak winds 125 miles an hour, and possibly as wide as 3 to 4 football fields. Will, you were here a little bit earlier. Behind us is the Oak and Barrel Company, and you were talking with the general manager for this.
Yeah, the general manager obviously pretty shaken up. He actually shared a story that he's lucky that he has something to tell his grandkids one day. That's how happy and how grateful these people are to still be alive, and that's why these warnings that Riley, you send out, that's why they're so important, because they say when they got that alert, that tornado was here.
Absolutely, and it was like this when that tornado warning was issued. It was a severe thunderstorm warning initially, and that's why we really stayed live with all these cells, because we knew a tornado could just drop that quickly, and that's what we're seeing here locally. One thing I wanted to mention is that this piece of the building that's missing behind us is actually across the street, so it picked up this entire middle section of this building and took it about 100, 200 yards. Now that portion of the building is a little bit older construction. What's left right here behind Will, that is new construction, so that just is a testament to the new building standards that they have, and that if you build it right, it can withstand these storms. But unfortunately, this older portion did take a direct hit.
And of course, these are not small pieces of metal.
No.
These are entire buildings that are being moved across the area, and it was really hard to hear that owner express what he had to do just to stay alive. And we talked to him, and this is his story here.
The flag is a symbol for the Bamberg community, beaten and battered but still standing tall.
I've never seen something like this before hit Bamberg itself.
At South Carolina Oak to Barrel, that's where the National Weather Service says an EF2 tornado touched down.
About 2:40, the wind started picking up and getting a little more steady. I walked out of the office, walked into our front showroom, and seen the roof of the building across the street blow off. The glass started shattering in our showroom, the windows and all that breaking. I just went to the back of the showroom and ducked in the corner and rode it out.
Survey crews say the twister stretched 300 to 400 feet wide with wind speeds of up to 125 miles per hour.
Not many things in life scare me, but that one did. That's the only thing I can really attest to. It was the scariest thing, one of the scariest things I've ever done.
There's still no time frame for when downtown Bamberg will be open again.
We're all trying to pull things together to see if we can clean up and get things going again. And just say a prayer for us, and we'll get there.
Even in these circumstances, that when all of this dust settles, that we will stand in Bamberg County and still be able to declare that this is our finest hour.
And really inspirational words from a lot of the county and city officials here in Bamberg. A message of hope. You know, you saw that American flag. Everyone who came downtown looked up at that American flag. It was normal before the storm, completely torn now, but again, still standing. And that's the message that these leaders are sharing with the community, is to hang in there. We'll get back to where we need to be.
Yeah, and that's the thing. These horrible situations happen in these small communities, and you see how much good can come out of it, of all the people coming together, all the linemen behind us have been restoring power to this community. It's cold out here tonight, so people are going to have heat thanks to these linemen, emergency crews. And one thing we do have to mention, even though there's a lot of good people out here fixing things, there is some problems with concern with looting. I know you heard a little bit talking about that in the news conference today.
Yeah, I know in the news conference they said that they want to ensure that people and businesses are safe during this time when they're very vulnerable. So they'll have patrols stationed downtown and then throughout the town as well to make sure that people are not stealing anyone's personal property. There's bricks everywhere, as you've seen over downtown Bamberg. They say they want everything to stay where it is. So these insurance companies, these surveyors can come out and see the total picture of what happened with this storm. So it's very important. It's a strong message from them to say, don't come out here and take advantage of a lot of these vulnerable people out here.
Yeah, and we actively just saw 2 policemen.
One sitting back here.
Yeah, still sitting back here. So let that be a message to anyone thinking they can loot tonight. There is actively law enforcement out here patrolling.
Absolutely, and of course, thank you to all the first responders, the linemen who are out here trying to get that electricity, that power, roads back open, trees off of houses. We thank all of them, and of course, we'll continue to follow this as these surveys, these assessments, the final weather service.
They're going to have an official report with exact path length. That's one portion of the info that we got on the storm that we don't have finalized just yet, is the exact path length. We have the width, 300 to 400 yards, 125 mile an hour max winds, and you can see what type of damage those winds can cause behind us.
Absolutely. Of course, again, we'll continue to keep you updated and bring you more from this community out here that's continuing to pick up the pieces, guys.
All right. Thanks so much for that update, both Will and Riley. The team coverage doesn't end there. Cindy Hood, as you can see, joining us live after a quick look at the weather.
We have a first alert weather day again this Friday. Hard to imagine that we're not out of the woods with all this. Another chance for tornadoes with strong wind gusts. So we want to send things over to meteorologist Mikkel Hannah-Harding with how that's shaping up.
That's right, guys. We are going to see temperatures falling down towards the 30s for tonight. We'll talk about your start for Thursday and the outlook for Friday coming up.
Okay, thanks so much, Mikkel. I want to give you another look at the damage left behind from that EF2 tornado. It damaged buildings, including the historic Bamberg City Hall, as well as local businesses and several homes.
That tornado had a maximum wind, as we mentioned, 125 miles per hour, and you can see the results with the damage downtown behind us.
So all day long, trucks and chainsaws have been buzzing throughout the small town of Bamberg, and we're on your side with continuing recovery efforts into the night as it gets dark there. We have Cindy Hood joining us live. So, Sydney, what did you see there throughout the day?
Laura, it's honestly just a heartbreaking scene down here in downtown Bamberg. Take a look at it for yourself. All of these bricks on the ground were once someone's business. One business owner told me they were actually in the process of renovating these old historic buildings. Now all that's left are these broken bricks on the ground and a lot of broken hearts.
It's a painful sight knowing this rubble was once someone's entire life.
I was so close. I mean, I was 80+% done.
Harry Talmadge doesn't live in Bamberg, but he sees something here a lot of us tend to overlook.
There's a lot of potential in this town. There's a ton of potential. That's what brought me here.
This is what he was working with, buildings we'd likely overlook.
When I first bought that, I remember everybody like, there's no way this is going to get fixed. You know, you're just wasting your time in Bamberg. And to get so close and then just have it smashed to pieces.
Look around. The entire town is in pieces.
Yeah, I remember that downtown area from back when I was a child. I mean, those buildings are the same as they've always been.
Bobby Beck's lived in Bamberg his entire life.
This is my mother and father-in-law's house, and I don't think they got any damage. I didn't see anything that was really damaged much here.
It's pure luck because if you look around at the rest of the town,
Kind of a devastating feeling. Like I said, my hometown's gone.
but the people that make this place home are still here.
Yeah, I'm just trying to, I'm going to stick with Bamberg.
It'll be weeks before this town gets a price tag on the damage out here, but that's nothing compared to the price of life, which everyone out here in Bamberg is very grateful to have.
Absolutely. No injuries there in all of that damage.
Really a miracle when you look at what's left behind. Sydney, thanks for that live update. Students in Bamberg will be learning from home online again tomorrow and Friday. They'll also be off for MLK Day Monday. They'll be back in class Tuesday, according to the school district.
Breaking news tonight in the world of sports. Alabama's head football coach Nick Saban announcing his retirement after 17 years.
You heard that correctly. Saban was hired by the University of Alabama in 2007. He's led the Crimson Tide program to 6 national championship wins, 11 Southeastern Conference championships, and this year the Crimson Tide went 12-2 after making the college football playoff with their upset victory over then top-ranked Georgia in the SEC championship. Coach Saban is 72 years old, so he is hanging up the whistle. Surprising.
We'll see what's next for him. Also in the news tonight, a 16-year-old wanted for murder in connection to a deadly December shooting at the Smart Grocery convenience store in Augusta. That shooting claimed the life of 32-year-old Jeremiah Griffin. The sheriff's office says Sanquan Berry is considered armed and dangerous and known to be around the Wrightsboro Road area. Back in December, deputies arrested a 21-year-old, Tashana McDaniel. Investigators believe she drove a suspect to the convenience store, left the scene, did not report that shooting, and they say she's also charged with murder. If you've seen Berry, call the Richmond County Sheriff's Office.
A 27-year-old is now behind bars in connection to the murder of a 78-year-old jewelry store owner in Aiken. Deputies arrested Alexander Boone a little earlier today. Yesterday, deputies got a call to a home on Brookhaven Drive for a possible burglary. Investigators found a well-known business owner who goes by the name of Porky Bradbury Jr. dead inside that home.
And since news broke of this, the community has been just stopping by the store, sending their prayers to those at his jewelry store. Craig Allison spoke with a family friend who says they are shocked.
A new sign greets shocked customers at this community cornerstone of Aiken. A death for a family that's been around for decades. That rings true for regulars.
I stopped by today because sorry, this is hard.
Kelly Freeman started coming by Porky Bradbury's 3 years ago. While she was sick with COVID, she says she lost her wedding ring, and Porky made that loss better with his kindness.
I come here I don't even buy things sometimes. I just come here and just sit and chat with them and see how things are going.
Others followed suit, walking by the sign, were not even leaving their cars and turning around. The only closure comes with today's arrest of Alexander Boone. Deputies say he broke in and killed Bradbury in his bedroom, taking only a pair of shoes and a jacket. Still, no motive has been released.
Everything we buy has a story behind it. All of them are in our prayers.
In Aiken, Craig Allison, on your side.
And you can tell how emotional those supporters are. It is not clear yet when that jewelry store might reopen.
All new on News 12 at 6 o'clock, Governor Brian Kemp proposing a new dental school at Georgia Southern University and a new medical school at the University of Georgia in Athens to help with the healthcare worker shortage. He made that announcement today during the annual Eggs and Issues breakfast. At this point, this is just a pitch. It isn't final by any stretch. A long way to go before that happens.
We are tracking our next round of some rainfall pushing in for Friday, and could be some storms associated with that again. We'll talk about that severe threat pushing back in for Friday coming up.
Diamond.
Pixant can cause allergic reactions that can be less asthma. Ask your doctor about Dupixent, the most prescribed biologic for asthma.
Hi, Suzanne Lily Henny Michael here with Hardwood Floors and More. For years we've been talking about our flooring and lighting gallery, but did you know we are also your one-stop shop for wallpaper? Today, more than ever, wallpaper is the most popular home design element by combining both color and texture. So Hardwood Floors and More has you covered from floor to ceiling. And don't forget, we offer interest-free financing throughout our showroom and a military discount. Discover for yourself why Hardwood Floors and More has so much more in store for you.
Imagine you're stopped in traffic. Roadworks brought the highway to a halt. Imagine looking in the rearview mirror. The 18-wheeler behind you is driving too fast for conditions. But you're lucky to be alive. You imagine how much worse it could have been. Imagine knowing you can call all nines 24/7 and get the help you need. The team at George Sink Injury Lawyers has the experience to help you. We've helped thousands of people get the money they need. Call all nines now.
Metz Plumbing has been your prescriptions make it easy for you to get the service you need when you need it. Schedule online at metzplumbing.com and welcome us to Augusta as we continue delivering top-notch solutions with exceptional customer service.
On your sideline, sports brought to you by the Hawk Law Group.
Good evening, everyone. I'm reporting live from inside Christenberry Fieldhouse, where my buddy Augustus and I are eagerly awaiting the third annual Stuff the Stadium event here at Augusta University.
Continue delivering top-notch solutions with exceptional customer service. On your sideline, sports brought to you by the Hawk Law Group.
Good evening, everyone. I'm reporting live from inside Christenberry Fieldhouse, where my buddy Augustus and I are eagerly awaiting the third annual Stuff the Stadium event here at Augusta University. Now, last year, they brought in about 1,200 stuffed animals. Again, according to head coach Dimitris, more than 2,000 have been donated over the past couple of years since they started this event, now going into year 3. The opening tip between AU and Clayton State is set for 7:30, and shortly after, directly after, the Jaguars score their first bucket of the game. Everyone in attendance will be throwing stuffed animals from the stands onto the court. Once all the stuffed animals are collected, they're going to be cleaned and then donated to multiple local organizations, including Safe Homes, Ronald McDonald House, Boys and Girls Club, Garden City Rescue Mission, as well as Copeland and McBean Elementary Schools. Now, this is clearly a really fun event that is slowly becoming a fan favorite tradition that is clearly, once again, for a great cause. Now, in addition to my friend Augustus here, I am joined by Grogu, aka Baby Yoda. And the reason I have him with me is because Grogu has a little bit of a hard head. So these are the types of stuffed animals that you don't necessarily want to be throwing onto the court tonight. But obviously, anybody and any toy is welcome here tonight, especially these stuffed animals, which are being donated for a great cause. And it's going to be a lot of fun to see how all this breaks up. I know Augustus is ready for it, aren't you? He's ready for it, to say the least. It's going to be a lot of fun to break all this down. We're going to have interviews and a full breakdown with all the stuffed animal madness later on this evening, tonight at 11. But for now, reporting from inside Christenberry Fieldhouse for Augustus, Baby Yoda, and myself. We'll see you guys in a little bit.
Heard it from Dan, and the largest stuffed animal on the floor tonight, Augustus.
That's right. Yeah, he won't be throwing himself on the floor, though, to say the very least. One of the 3 finalists for the Augusta City Administrator post has withdrawn his name. Rick Civic was one of 3 finalists named for that position. The other 2 were Tamika Allen and Richard Chess. Current interim city administrator Takia Dowse was not named in this list of finalists, despite Dowse working in the role longer than her successor, Odie Donald. So now it is down to 2, Richard Chess and Tamika Allen.
Well, thank you guys for those updates. Low temperatures tonight, definitely on the chillier side, and we have another first alert weather day in effect for our Friday. We'll talk about those details again next.
I'm Chip Lewis with 64 Insurance Group. The Medicare enrollment process can be overwhelming. Let us take that burden off your shoulders. We're local, and we're here to help. Don't wait until you're 65 to call. Are you 64.com.
You heard it was
Why education is our middle name.
Never took you for a mariachi guy.
Really not a huge fan, but seems to be all of us do these days. Are you 64.com?
Who are you talking to?
Well, welcome back. We are looking at your evening planner and just talking about those temperatures falling into the 40s and 30s before midnight. So it is going to be a chilly one for tonight. Waking up tomorrow, temperatures, a lot of us going to be right around freezing. So that winter jacket definitely will be needed as you're waking up for tomorrow morning. Thursday, we keep things nice and dry. A good bit of sunshine out there as temperatures climb to about 60. So a little bit above average for tomorrow. We'll start off on the colder side Friday, but then those temperatures continue to rise all the way through the nighttime. And we're looking at a severe threat pushing in for your day on Friday. So we have went ahead and put out another first alert weather day for the possibility of a few more of those stronger tornadoes, severe winds over 60 miles an hour inside of those severe storms, and also just talking about a low flash flood risk. And in general with that system, it looks like those wind gusts could be over 30 miles an hour even outside of those stronger storms. So Friday, once again, looking a little bit bumpy, but the weather does quickly improve for the weekend, which is great news.
Mikhail, thanks. Our next live update comes at the top of the hour over on 26 News.
Then we're back with more news tonight at 11. We'll see you then.
At the CBS Evening News, we focus on solutions, finding solutions to help people understand what are the right choices to make for you and your family.
A serious accident creates a lot of right now problems. You're worried about your injuries, the medical bills, and whether you'll get stuck paying for it all. You shouldn't have to chase after a lawyer to get the help you need. With me, you won't have to. I'm Austin Jackson, your guy in Augusta. If you've been injured, my team will get to work right away. And you don't have to pay us anything unless we get money for you. Injured? Call Austin Jackson, the Augusta guy. 706-724-5500.